What up? What up? What up? Just went and saw Omar, so I wanted to come down here. I was grabbing the mail. About to go hang out with Miss Sherry for the Labor Day and give y'all an update on Omar first. Omar's kicking it, doing better. He's walking to his front door and back, so he's building up strength, rocking and rolling, baby. I wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about investing in cards right now while it was on my mind. A couple of the things that I talk about are one of the things that's on my mind. I don't even really sell much of to you guys, but I think it's important if you can find it. It's a better way to buy wax for football where you can really make your money. And one of the things I want to talk to y'all about is 2021 football again. I feel like there's more and more breakers. Every time I turn on my Facebook and start scrolling, there's Bobby's breaking Mojo blizzard breakers and Tommy's terrible, breaks, and then you got fucking Grand Slam collectibles and shit like that. But there's more and more every day. It's like fucking locusts. There's more and more. And most of those guys, they're looking for cases, not boxes. And I'm so how do I put it? So sure of the 2021 football class and the way it's shaping up that cases of 2021 football, which I don't even offer you guys really anymore. We do it by the box. Cases are like what I want to buy from someone because all the hacks they can weigh boxes. They can, like when you go to sell to me, I'm not wanting to buy one box of cards from you most of the time. I want the whole case because some dickhead can weigh it, shake it, rattle and roll it. You know what I'm saying? Those are just for my 52 set. They're 4 and 4.5. I've been upgrading my 52 set. And so it's important if you can link up with maybe a local card shop. Again, these conversations are tailored to help you, not me. If I'm telling you to go find some slappy card shop that can't sell his own product and you could buy a case from, that obviously doesn't help me at all. I'm looking out for you guys. I've told y'all that that's how we want to do it, and that's what I want to do. Maybe where it's a win-win situation where he can't quite move as much product and he's able to get a case or something like that. But 2021 football, I feel like there's so much upside in some of it. Now, once black gets up to $5.99, or I think when we're buying wax, you should buy it where worst case scenario, it goes down 10, 20% and you move on. Or it doubles up or more. So if you're looking at a box of cards and there's no way that it's ever going to hit, like you need to go look at the best of the best situation. Go look at 2017 gold standard. And whatever that brings is the most that anything's going to bring as far as I'm concerned in the short term. That's Patrick Mahomes, Super Bowl champ, went to the Super Bowl again, got beat by the GOAT straight up in his, in twilight of his career, got beat. He beat old Patty Boy, bent him over his knee and spanked him. So my point is if that box brings, let's say it brings $2,000, that's the absolute best case scenario. Don't expect it. It's not going to happen very often. I'm not saying 2021 is going to be like 2017, but I'm saying there's 4 or 5 bullets in the chamber that could be like 2017. Mac Jones, Brady was operating with, to me, very few weapons those last few years. You give him some weapons with Bill Belichick and could be nasty for that kid. For him to already be starting is great for that that year. But that's just me telling you that. I don't have much to sell, but if you can get your hands on it, I think it's something to buy and put away. I think it's something that there's a lot of opportunity there. Yeah, 2020, obviously. I feel like Burrow and Herbert too, but I'm a math guy. It's just math, and I feel like there's more opportunities with the 2021. But 2020, I'm a big Herbert and a Burrow guy. Anyway, that was one thing I wanted to talk to you about. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about was cheaper PSA graded cards. Right now, you got to pay like $50 to have a card graded right now. I don't think there's any less option than $50 for PSA. I'm not sure if they'll ever go back to bulk, or if they do, it'll be once the ship is sailed. So my point is all these cards that are $5, $10, $20 in a PSA holder of good players like Acuna, whatever you can find. I'm not saying you can find Acunas for $5, but you know what I'm saying. I feel like a good play is to load up on PSA 9s and 10s that are less than $50. It's $200 minimum now. $250. So I bet bulk will be like $50 is what I predict. I bet they'll come down to bulk being $50, and that was my point. So if you're buying Wade Boggs rookies, PSA 9 Donruss for $30, I think over time those will inch up to 40, 50, 60, 70. It's just going to take a little bit of time for the demand to surpass the supply because they're not being submitted anymore. And a Wade Boggs rookie is not a great example. I'm more talking about the newer stuff, but you get the point. Why wait a year to pay $50 for a Pete Alonso rookie card, PSA 10, when you can buy the thing? You can't even do it. It's $200. It's going to $150. God dang, Nate Turner. You're a fucking animal. Sooner or later, man, some of these boys, I'm going to have to bend them over, man. I'm sick of this shit. If this is true, if they never have cards that you can grade for less than $150, we're going to have a problem. It's fucked up how people can get into a business and just run it into the fucking ground all for the sake of the almighty dollar. But keep on. We're going to have keep on, man. Keep on. But right now, that's my opinion for you guys is scoop up the PSA graded cards that are less expensive, big names. Fuck HGA. I'm not going to stoop. I'm not going to lower them. I'd rather just have raw cards, man. Like, I know more about grading than HGA does. And that's a fact. And if you want to get the owner of that company on here, we'll sit back and talk about grading, and I'll give him a lesson. I'm tired of that shit too. But, I'll give him an absolute spanking. So, anyway, it is what it is. I wouldn't want my cards in those holders. That's just me. But with that said, I think that if you can get big names cheap, just start scooping them up. eBay's a tough venue to do that because you're having to pay $3 or $4 shipping every time. Check out my cards, takes forever, but there's got to be ways for you to go to card shows. I'm not gonna, I can't lay it all out for you and tell you, oh, do this, do that. I just feel like, hold on, man. What I thought. All right. I think that, whatever you can do, there's thousands of baseball card businesses opening up. Be very careful who you send your cards to be graded and to be sold. If you can't do any of that yourself, you need to learn how to do that. Like, it's no different than me like saying, hey, I think I'm going to open up a car dealership today. Like, you gotta learn how to do it before you can open. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't a process where you can just, if it seems too good to be true, it normally is. But, man, be careful who you're sending your stuff to, man. Be careful who you're fucking with, sending all your life savings into a company that could be FBI rated one day and nobody knows whose cards is whose and all that. From the bottom of my heart, that's the last thing I want to see is wake up one day and all you guys are upset because Tommy McTomster's golden auction vault box got raided by the FBI for not paying, for any reason. Like, you need to have control of your assets, in my opinion. But most importantly, when you're grading, you've got to learn how to do this stuff. Hell, if you're sending to CSG, nobody knows how to do that really. So you're going to be on the same playing field as everybody else. CSG or CGS, whatever it is, that's the one company I've thought about sending some cards to. But I'd consider it. But again, right now, we're building up our stash for when PSA opens up. He keeps on. I'm going to go find Joe Orlando. pray that he didn't sign some non-compete clause, and I'll literally lay everything, not everything I have, but I'll lay a chunk of money out that you guys would fucking, your heads would spin for Joe Orlando to get in PSA's ass. This is bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. Can't run fucking business properly, man. Come on. It's sad. I don't want to get on all that. I came on here to try to help you guys out, make some money. You know, there's something else too I want to talk to you guys about. Pretty much every one of my friends now has DraftKings, FanDuel, spending money on gambling. Let me tell you something from the hard knocks of life. Stay away from that shit. All it will do is set your little business back. If you want to be a real nut dragger, fuck all that shit. While everybody's watching Clemson and Georgia play and they've got $28, they're always offering you free this, free that. Take that $28 or $48 or whatever it is and invest in your craft, whether that's sports cards or whatever it is, coins, stamps, I don't know, Pokemon. Take it from me, hard knocks. It took me 15 years to take my shot because that was one of the many dumb things I was doing. You feel me? The reason I speak on that real fast is because I have so many friends betting now. And I mean, most of them, they're responsible guys and all that, and that's great. But man, be careful. It can get you stuck, man. You can be like one of those little mice on a glue pad where all you can do is eat off your legs to get off. You know what I'm saying? Yep. You'll feel so much better about yourself. Like, for me personally, the wins weren't that great and the losses were terrible. So why not just invest in something that you're learning about? It should be, if this isn't exciting to you, you're watching the wrong fucking stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this doesn't interest you, you need to go find a guy that's preaching about investing in stocks or whatever. To me, don't waste your time watching 4 hours of something that really doesn't have any bearing. You know, I'm not saying don't have a favorite team and root for your team, but like, you don't need to have to watch every single game, or it should be in the background while you're on eBay. Like, people don't see that, where we were working on eBay for years and years and learning about the industry. Those are the things you're going to have to do, and you'll build confidence when you stop losing money and you start making money. It's a pendulum that swings way. You know, instead of it's not $100 bet, it's a $210 bet. If you bet 100, you either lose 110 or win 100. You know, that's something else. You know, forget that stuff. It's just not good in the long run. Cryptocurrency, hey man, I'm cool with whatever. You don't have to fully understand things to acknowledge that people can make money on them. I've learned that the hard way, straight up hard knocks too. I'd have loved to have gotten into Bitcoin. I could have bought the fucking Bengals or some shit, but we're going to figure some of this out together. But my job is to try to keep you on the straight and narrow and stick to the positives. Like these little positives, they start adding up and it really builds for you. So like, nothing would make me happier is if somebody said, hey man, I didn't bet on opening weekend, Nate. I bought a Vladimir Guerrero Ginter 10. I bought this, I bought that. Just keep putting it away, because something else I learned in Hard Knocks. The best thing my cards ever did for me was when I was in a jam. Like when I did something stupid, I could pay it off. Or let's say the kids need braces, or you want to go on a vacation. You can sell your cards, you know what I mean? And it's almost like a savings account that you can enjoy. And that's where I want you guys to be, is your savings account isn't just baseball cards, of course, but some of it is where you can enjoy it, look at it, feel some accomplishment of working towards that card. But if you get in a jam, you can call me, or you can go on eBay or whatever and sell it for what you need. You need new tires, great. Luckily, I bought a Mahomes rookie. Or I bought a box of 2018, or you know what I mean? Like, I think that's where I want you guys to be. The nation, we're not dumbasses. We should all learn from some of our mistakes and be man enough to at least admit to those people around us, hey man, that wasn't a good idea. All that did was set me back. Everybody wants the quick buck, man, but it just isn't realistic in most situations. So Yeah, Gary needs an OnlyFans account for sure. Another thing is, if you can buy silver at spot, like if you're buying, like 10-ounce bars or whatever it is, if you can find people locally, maybe you're running ads or going into pawn shops that are selling it around spot, you're going to clean up, man. I think there's a discrepancy between the coins and the actual value of the silver. So, I mean, I just have a feeling that the value of silver itself will go up. It just makes sense. Again, I could be wrong. That's getting out of my forte a little bit. But I like for all of us to have some silver put away, just in case these wackos are right, end of days. You need to have a roll of silver dimes. You need to have a roll of silver quarters. You need to have a roll of $50. You need to have a roll of silver dollars, because you're not going to trade equally for a loaf of bread or whatever. Worst case scenario, I'm just saying, I think those are smart things to roll with, because like what I'm trying to do is it's as if I'm trying to teach you some of the stuff that I've learned, and I practice what I preach. I'm not saying that without doing it myself. I'm never going to tell you guys stuff to try to sell you something from me or sell you something from another company. I don't care anymore. I don't care, like, as far as that goes. That doesn't interest me. What interests me is looking out for you guys, and at least if I'm wrong, it's because I'm being honestly wrong, not because I'm trying to sell you a box of certified football. Am I going to Franklin in October? I'll go the first day, but me and my son, October 2nd, I think Kentucky plays Florida. So I know me and Sherry will be going to Lexington. My son has a wedding he's got to go to, pick up the ladies at the wedding. Yeah, comics. I buy comics that are graded, guys. That's something else I've been diving into. I've got the first appearance of Green Goblin, the first appearance of Punisher. I've got a Venom that's signed by like 6 people. I've got a Stan Lee autographed. That's just diversifying in comics or in collectibles. So if I open a bigger store or I open a different store, we have things that we can work with. Or if we do products, I feel like that's stuff our customers can enjoy. And then when we put our memorabilia boxes together, hey, we can put a Stan Lee autographed comic in there. It's just a win-win. There's not much loss there. How do I decide when to sell certain cards? No, it's not double my money. I just have a feel for it. There's no, like the 86 box that's $150 that I paid $150 for. I think I could sell it for $250 right now. And I was just like, nah, I just don't want to sell it. I have a feeling that box is going to be $1 million one day. And you got to bet on some things. You know what I mean? Like, I'll sell when I have a feel for it, or I try to tell myself, like, let's say I bought a Kobe for $100 for an autograph and I sell it for $1,500. I ask myself, hey, if this card's worth $5,000, can you live with that down the road? And if the answer is yes, I always sell. Because like every Kobe I've sold, like I've sold a lot in the last year, and I can't think of one that I regret. The logo men, I mean, they're just in a box. You can't enjoy them because you're scared to death that somebody's going to bang you over the head. Somebody's going to rob the bank or whatever, I think so many of my friends in this industry, they're always talking about the past, like what they did fucking wrong. Like I could be sitting here telling you the exact same stuff about all the dumb things I've done. I mean, even when I've opened the store, I've made tons of blunders, man. There was time during COVID that me and Ricky were coming up here risking our lives, we thought, to sell cards to you guys. And if we'd have just stayed home and not worked, the next week the cards were worth the profit that I made. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it happened week after week after week. And so what? Like that's something else you need to understand. You're not always going to hit home runs, You're not always going to get it right. That's okay. Flush those. Don't even think about them. Learn. They should be tuition, and that's it. You don't have to be miserable until nobody around you cares. You know what I'm saying? Give me 1 second. Yeah, old Nintendo stuff. Anything from the 80s, Garbage Pail Kids, Atari. I just feel like that stuff is good stuff. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, all that stuff uh, is coming back around. And if you want to think about the future, you want to look at the stuff that was booming in the mid 90s, because pretty much 80s is here. I think you should always have an insurance policy, man. I mean, never, unless you just can afford to lose something, there should be some type of insurance, maybe not all of it. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Really, the other thing that I would tell you guys is be real careful who your breakers are. You might think, oh, I like this guy because he's a small timer or this or that. And that's great. Maybe he is. But he also may be a dude that swaps out your card. When you have your life-changing moment, if it actually comes, you don't need it stolen from you. You know what I'm saying? So I'd be careful on that too. But other than that, this should be fun. It shouldn't be stressed out or, hey, when do I sell or all that. Like, just do the best you can. I've made plenty of mistakes selling cards way too soon. Surround yourself with smart people, and you typically start making a few smart decisions. You know what I'm saying? I think that's something that we haven't ever touched on that's super important is, be careful who you roll with. If you're hanging out with a bunch of losers, you're probably going to end up being a loser. No hard feelings, just because, but if you want to be around success, hang out with success, right? And whatever that means to you, it may not mean money. It may be being a teacher. Like if you want to be a teacher, hang out with teachers. You don't hang out with drug dealers. Same thing. Important who your company is. If you have like something else, don't waste your time on narcissists and things like that. Like, no matter what you do, if you're trying to please people your whole life, no matter what you do, you're going to end up very unsatisfied. The quicker you realize that person's a narcissist or a sociopath, and no matter what you do, they will lie, twist, and turn what you say, right? It just, you may not be able to cut them loose. Maybe you're your mother or your father or your you have to have some interaction with them, but don't, beat yourself up or stress about that stuff, man. Life's too short. No matter, what you decide, hey, you may come to me when I'm 70 and say, man, I never took my shot. I wish I had. I'll probably put my arm around you and be like, hey, I understand. It's not easy. It's very scary. It's not that I'm not judging somebody who hadn't yet. Wasn't easy for me either. Failing sucks. Nobody likes failure. Anybody who does is lying. It's good education, but while you're going through it, nobody likes that shit. But I'm just telling you that if you'll just take your shot, win or lose, shit, I feel like you can at least sleep. You can't half-ass this. You can't be proud, you can't worry about your pride. You can't be half in and half out because you don't want your friends thinking you do this or do that. You know what I'm saying? You either have to be in or out, man, when you're chasing whatever dream it is. You can't be, it's not part-time. It's not something that, you're going to be able to just figure out and everything's great, man. Most of those guys are assholes. They see something somebody does and then they're like, hey, I can do that. No, you actually fucking can't. I have so many, the thing is what you're seeing at the end by some of these people in industries that are great, whether they're public speakers or football players, you're seeing the end result of tireless, relentless effort. And that's, if you ask what do I want out of my child, out of intelligence, athleticism, is a never quit attitude. You show me somebody that will never quit and they ain't lost because they ain't quit. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're down, just because you're out, it's okay to rest, but fuck quitting. Quitting is for pussies, man. It's okay. Golden Nugget will probably reappear. No, they're this Wednesday, so we'll probably do them next week. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to go hang out with Sherry. It's Labor Day. I want all you guys to, keep in mind, Labor Day is celebrated for those who work hard and things like that. If you're working hard, enjoy it. take a day and enjoy yourself. If you're not, there was plenty of Labor Days where I wasn't working hard and I didn't even deserve a Labor Day. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up. The past is gone, right? All you can do is work towards deserving a Labor Day the next year, right? All right, y'all be good. I don't know if there was other questions or not. Yeah, there are a lot of wolves. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be crazy, man. Whenever there's money in anything, there's gonna be lots of people acting like you're. I've seen so many things you just wouldn't believe in this industry. Friends just using other dudes until they're dead broke. I mean, it's sad. It really is. But all right, nation, always be dragging. Holla at your boy. Can't wait to see you guys on. I guess we'll be back Wednesday night for sure. We might have a little peep show a little earlier. If you need anything, let me know. Always be dragging. Deuces! Let's go.